Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of my building my own video game series. There's not much of an introduction needed for this other than just join my Discord and Roblox group if you will. And other than that, yeah, let's just get started. Alright, so here all I'm doing is building like a little crevice for a river that I'm planning on adding in. This is going to be like basically the first obstacle course you visit, and it's going to be like a kayak kind of going down the river, and as you're going down there's supposed to be like trees kind of falling. But while I was making this, I was using the negative tool in Roblox, and for some reason it came up with this like air block or whatever. I really did not know how to fix this. It was kind of annoying. And then not only that, but I realized that when I did the negative, it left like a white perimeter around where I cut the block out of, and I was not able to like retexture that or color it, and so I ended up just having to do something else. I ended up just rebuilding the whole base plate but out of 3 separate pieces. Then after that I got started making the riverbed. Once I was done getting like the colors right, I just reused my rocks and put them in the river to just kind of like, I don't know, put something in there, just so it wasn't like a plain blue water. As of right now, the river's like rectangular, and I want to fix that, but also at the same time I just don't know how to make it look better. I try to add the grass in there to like, I don't know, get some vegetation on the ground, but it didn't look good. But this is what it looked like when it was done. I thought it looked pretty okay. I thought it was like, you know, like not too bad for my first build. After that I made a bush, and I didn't make this in Blender. I just used squares and just, I don't know, just clobbled them all together and textured them with a kind of like a grass texture, and just colored them green, and that was pretty much about it. And then after that I finally used my pine tree texture. And I finally made that, and when I had first made it, I was pretty disappointed in it. I didn't think it looked good, but after coloring it now and adding some textures on it, I figured it actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. And once I was done with that, I just scattered some grass around pretty much, just so that way the base plate wasn't, you know, plain like it was before. And then I organized everything, and then when I was done setting everything up, I just used the paint tool again, just like I did with the grass, and I just placed like a bunch of trees around. I kind of screwed up at first making them way too big, but once I got like the right size I just scattered them around, and then once they were all randomly scattered around, I just went and moved each one individually if I didn't think it looked right. And then I added a couple more in just because I felt like there were some places that weren't full enough. And then I copied and pasted my bushes around pretty much. There isn't a different bush and there isn't like a different tree. These are all just one model, so it all does kind of look the same, but I figured just like resizing them and rotating them a little bit will kind of hopefully give that like effect of, you know, these are different trees, but I don't know, they still look the same. And then I just added a bunch of bushes pretty much into the middle, so that way you can't see that much on the other side, and it also just kind of like made sense to do that. I wanted to like put a wall, but obviously I didn't think that would make any sense, so I figured just stacking up a bunch of bushes would help with that. Then after that I just copied and pasted my borders that I used for the spawn point around, just so that way you're not seeing like just plain sky when you're doing the obby. I wanted it to kind of actually be like dark in the forest, and putting all those trees in there and the walls around did put a lot of shadows inside of the game, so it ended up looking, you know, kind of like more like a forest like it should have. When I was done with the borders, I made like a little path way, and this is pretty much where the caves I'm planning on putting in are gonna go. And with the caves, I'm gonna have the caves are gonna be part of like the obby kind of, and it's gonna have like an animal's gonna like crawl out when you get close to it, and you're supposed to kind of like dodge the animal. I don't know, I just kind of like was trying to think of like some kind of like forest themes or whatever, because after all, you know, this is like an obby based off of different environments. And so to make those caves, I just, once again, I reused my rock model, and then I just kind of like pasted them around it to make like a dome shape with the rocks, and I resized them and everything to try and make them a little bit different, but I just figured instead of using the Roblox spheres, I would just use my rocks, just because they're a lot more geometric, and I don't know, I just felt like the spheres were too smooth when I made one with the spheres. It just didn't look right, so reusing my rock models made it look way better. When I was done, I just kind of like, I only placed like 2 down in random places. I kind of wanted 3, but there just was not enough room for 3. And then after that, I started making a kind of like just like a wood trunk of a tree in Blender, and this is going to be for kind of like obby jumps. You're supposed to jump over these and not touch them. I think this trunk looked pretty okay. I was pretty happy with the texturing. I thought it looked kind of detailed a little bit. I mean, I just used like 2 base colors pretty much, but I was pretty happy with it. It didn't look too bad, I guess. It didn't look great, but you know. And once I was done with that, I added it into the game, and then started up my game to look around, and I think it ended up looking pretty good. There's enough shadows in there to make it look like a dark kind of forest, and I think I used enough bushes and trees to kind of fill in the area, so that way they didn't look empty at all. And yeah, that was pretty much about it.